Vinland Saga Season 2, from the recording of this video, is literally only 3 weeks away. Which is crazy because Vinland Saga, I believe the original first season came out in 2019. It's when I first discovered Vinland Saga. Actually, truth be told, I read the very first book of Vinland Saga first. And the reason I did that all comes back to you guys. Because when I was first getting into reviewing manga on this channel back in 2018 when I was recovering a lot of Berserk, that was the majority of the manga that I was covering on the channel, and I wanted to expand, and I said to you guys, what manga do I check out? And I specifically remember, I think I still have the Instagram post up as well. The two main manga that people recommended me were Attack on Titan and Vinland Saga. And to this day, I'm so glad that you guys did, because those two are in my top 10 favorite manga of all time. I love them, and Vinland Saga has been near and dear to my heart for some time. I really loved season 1 when it came out, and I have a lot of good, fond memories with it. I've watched it through 3 times. I've watched it in Japanese and both of the English dubs that are available. There's the Sentai dub and the Netflix dub. Personally, if you're asking my personal opinion, I prefer the Netflix English dub to the Sentai, but the Sentai has the Blu-ray, so, you know, I needed to get that for the collection. So it is what it is, man. I think in the Sentai, they try to pronounce the names more correctly because they don't pronounce it Askeladd, they pronounce it Ashlad, which I don't know. It sounds like that should be the correct version, but then again, I don't really know because I'm not really good with Norse names. But what I am good at is making YouTube... Actually, no, I'm not good at that either. What I am good at is always keeping a blade nearby, all right? I don't have a good, you know, old school Viking sword, but I do have a machete. And with that machete together, we are going to talk about 2 different things. We're going to talk about, one, the new Vinland Saga Season 2 teaser that came out, which is only 46 seconds long. And that might seem too short, but let me tell you, ladies, a lot can get done in 46 seconds, all right? Don't knock it. That's all I'm saying. First, we're going to take a look at that, and then we have some interesting news about where you can watch Vinland Saga Season 2 once it comes out. Now, also, I'm trying to avoid any copyright strikes, so let's just say this is all fair use, because it is. Besides, it's only 46 seconds, although it's the music that's going to get me, so I'm going to have to pause, you know, consistently to comment on what's happening here. But I do want to comment on a few things, because we do get a little new snippets of new footage from Season 2, which is very exciting. I also reversed the image to help deal with that non-strikeage. So sorry about that, but I will link the trailer down below if you want to see it in its full glory, the way that it was intended, which I recommend that you do. But if you want to hear my comments on it, I'll get into that right now. So, Studio Mappa doing a brilliant job. First of all, I know I'm pausing it already, but like, first of all, I love that they showed this clip. They show a few clips from Season 1 in here, and I like the consistency of it. I like that even though it changed studios, most of the same animators have moved over, and I like that it's feeling congruent. That way, if you, 5 years from now, if you get into Vinland Saga for the first time, you can watch Season 1 and immediately go into Season 2 and not have it feel so strange and disjointed, or feel like it's not the same passion behind it, not the same crew. It's going to feel like the same show, even though it's separated by nearly 5 years. This iconic image of Thorfinn working in the fields, man. This is going to be a very different season. For people that are anime only, I'm not going to spoil anything in this video, but I got to say that I really am curious to see the reaction of anime onlys during this season, because every arc of Vinland Saga is so distinctly different from its predecessor. I love that. Canute as well, with his character development in Season 2. Dude, Canute, I hope they go as hardcore with Canute's development as they possibly can, the way that it's meant to be, because this guy has determined, he's made a vow to do something very specific, and he is willing to do whatever chaos he needs to achieve in order to conquer everything. And he's also haunted by the crown, the same way that his father said that he would be. This scene I can't wait for. Dude, this is gonna be so good. And the animation looks fire here. The music that's playing, which is the thing that's probably gonna get me striked, is supposedly gonna be the new ending theme for Vinland Saga. And man, to beat Torches, that song, Torches, the ending theme of Season 1, is so fucking good. But this sounded pretty good too. Love it. Thorgil, what an asshole. Our need. And Einar, my boy Einar, Listen, we don't get a lot of ginger representation out there in the world, so I appreciate that the #1 MVP of Einar is going to be here. Can't wait, man. Can't wait. Also, I like that they're focusing a lot on the emotion in this trailer. I mean, there is a little bit of action where we saw Thorgil and stuff like that, but, you know, cutting somebody down. But I like that they're focusing a lot on the emotion because the slave arc or farm arc is all about emotion. You know, it's all about sins of the past as well as what you're able to do moving forward and the difficulty to move forward when you feel like you have nothing left. Yeah. And just like how much more difficult it is to create than it is to destroy, especially during that period of history, man. You know, the new images here of Thorfinn and Einar, I can't wait to see their relationship and the way that it builds, and I hope that they add new scenes in the anime too. They talked about doing that. This is going to be 24 episodes long, just like Season 1 was, and Season 1, of course, added, well, I wouldn't say a whole bunch, but at least a decent amount of new stuff and expanded on things that were in the manga that I think worked very, very well. For instance, showing Thorfinn a little bit more of his childhood before the time skip when he goes with Askeladd's band. It shows his first kill. It shows him kind of learning how to live with that group of people. Like, it shows a little bit more of his history. So I'm really curious about the extra scenes that they're going to add in with Season 2 and how it's just going to enhance the story from the manga to begin with. And I really hope that they're going to expand on the other characters too and show as much in-depth activity with them as they can, especially with Einar, because I do believe he is one of the most important Vinland Saga characters, especially during this what this season will cover. I would even like the very first episode to be primarily focused on him, because if you read the manga, no spoilers really, but this arc kind of begins with him, and he leads us into the story where we eventually meet up with Thorfinn again. So I'd like to see maybe the first episode or even first 2 episodes really focus on Einar, get a little bit more of his backstory, you know, explore the farm. I want to see the whole layout. One thing I love in like cinematography, I guess, I don't know if that's the right word to use for it, is when you really get a sense of space, like spatial awareness. So I really want to see the whole layout of the farm. I want to see where Keitel is. I want to see where Thorfinn and Einar are working. I want to see where Snake is hanging out. I want to see like where all these things are, maybe like a big over aerial bird's eye view shot or something like that. Really give me a sense of scope. Just let me see how big this farm is, you know? And I can't wait to see how much wheat they're going to grow. You're never going to be more hyped about growing wheat than Vinland Saga Season 2, let me tell you. Now, the other thing that I want to mention real quick before this video ends is this, and this is pretty interesting. So this is an article that came out a couple of days ago on December 14th, but apparently, if you're wondering where are we going to be able to watch Vinland Saga Season 2, unless you want to go onto shady websites on the internet, which, wait, whatever, you do you, but I'd like the series to be successful so that we get a Season 3, so if you can watch it, you know, properly, I would appreciate it. Let's see. It looks like it's going to be on Crunchyroll, which is awesome and what I expected. Most new anime premieres on Crunchyroll, so that's not weird. That's normal. But it looks like it's also going to premiere on Netflix, which is so strange, and I need to know more information about this. This doesn't really say a whole lot. It's just going to say it's airing weekly on Netflix from January 2023, which is so strange to me because Netflix doesn't normally do things like that. What they normally do is drop a whole season at once. They don't normally do the whole episode by episode thing. They don't even do that with their own shows. So it's just kind of strange that they would do that with Vinland Saga. It also makes me curious because Netflix has its own specific dub for Vinland Saga. So does that mean that we're going to get the dub alongside of the Japanese version? Because that seems like way too quick of a turnout. You know, normally even like Crunchyroll that gets quick dubs, like Chainsaw Man dubs, are still like 2 weeks behind the premiere of the episode. Is that how it's going to be on Netflix? Or are we only getting the Japanese version and no dub? So I'm just really confused on that and how it works. And it is confusing because Season 1 of Vinland Saga is confusing. Like, it premiered on Amazon Prime in the US, but everywhere else it premiered on Netflix, and there's 2 different English dubs. Like, anime hasn't been this complicated moving over to the West since, like, the 90s. So I don't know why Vinland Saga specifically has become so complicated when it comes to its premieres. But, hey, at the end of the day, it looks like on January 9th, 3 weeks from today, you're going to be able to watch it on Crunchyroll or Netflix. English dub, I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't heard anybody mention anything, but you're at least going to be watching, the original version when it comes out, and you got 2 ways to do it. So whatever streaming service you got, there it goes, man. I cannot wait, personally. I'm a big Vinland Saga fan. I talk about it a lot on this channel. And so that's why I need your help to help me hype up Vinland Saga. So let's do it, man. Let's get the word out there about how great this series is, and then maybe we can get some more fans on board. The manga's in its final arc right now. There should be a chapter soon. We're going to get a chapter this month, and then next month, chapter 200. So that's crazy. Season 2 in 3 weeks. I'll be talking about the episodes on here, I'm sure. So go ahead and like the video and subscribe if you would like to. If you'd like more Vinland Saga content, I will be creating it. And if you want to help me to get to the 100,000 subscriber goal that I've been working towards, I'd appreciate it if you help me out with that as well. But if not, and all else, just remember, 46 seconds is a lot.